Okay, hi everyone. So, Alex and I and Laura and Alex and James and a bunch of other people sat around a table for several hours yesterday, and we came up with loads of ideas that I think Laura's going to talk through with you. And then about midnight, Laura and I left Alex on his own to hack through the night on whatever we came up with. So the thing that I managed to get Alex very excited about hacking for me was the idea of an energy dashboard on your Kindle. So let me just quickly talk you through that. And then he'll tell you exactly what he did, because it was all very technical. I'm technical as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, 1987, Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future was this lightweight kind of tablet device. And we all think that the iPad is that device, I imagine, or some other kind of tablet with your high-colour screen and so on. But actually, I think a Kindle is ideal. It's very low power. It's got that lovely low-power display. It's got a lovely long battery life, probably about a month on battery life, very, very light and portable. And the other nice thing about it is because it's got the e-ink display, that screensaver is a persistent display. It doesn't go away after when we switch it off, you get a picture. Now, Amazon preload the thing with a load of classic book covers and other nice things. Alex, being a true geek, and I have to respect him for this because I should have done this myself, currently has a load of XKCD cartoons as his screensaver, which is awesome. The other aspect of this is, excuse me, is a very nice little messaging technology that I work on at IBM, which is called MQTT, which stands for MQ Telemetry Transport. It's a transport for sending sensor data effectively over constrained networks. It's ideal for low-power devices. We've done some profiling to show just how efficient it is on the battery of an Android phone, for example, and Facebook have chosen it for their Facebook Messenger for that reason. A really simple API. It publishes data on topics. A little picture up here. It actually runs on all kinds of devices, including the Nano and Arduino and Arduino and Mbed and all kinds of lightweight things. Really tiny on the wire, so very, very efficient for data networks as well. And originally it was built about 10 years ago for these very kind of low bandwidth and quite unreliable networks. And it's not HTTP, so you're not polling and getting back huge documents. You're pushing down little drip feeds of data. Energy's a bit like that. The kind of information we're getting from the national grid is just like that. So let's have a quick look at some information that's public on the web. We actually have this public test broker that's hosted by a friend of ours, Roger Light, who's written the Mosquito Broker, which is free. And there's a bunch of topics here. You can see some of the topics are actually related to the BBC, because one of the guys who works on this is a BBC radio engineer. So he pushes, oh, that's me, telling everyone about how stupid I am. That's awesome. Two sets of information here. The first bit is this bit down here, which is the national grid information, which is coming through that Thank you, BM report. Thank you. So, the other interesting bit is the carbon information, which Andy Stanford-Clark is publishing this information, may or may not have remembered, is actually doing that calculation that goes through aiming. We also worked out that stopped working on about the 20th of January for some reason, so that was all kind of interesting. So, right, I'll just pass quickly across to Alex before we run out of time, and he can tell you what he did.
Okay, so the Kindle is not the most open device you can write software for. I think Amazon have an SDK for it. It's closed, you can't get it. If you want to run your own software on your Kindle, you have to jailbreak it, then network root it, and then install a load of hacks on it. But it does work. And
it does work after you've hacked the...
After you get past the security man that says, no, don't do that. Because it was complaining me for trying to do non-HTTP communications from an app. So I can pass this round if people want to see what it looks like running. Don't exit the app.
So this was stage one, which was pretty much when I arrived this morning, which was just basically getting an MQTT pushed down to the Kindle, which Alex hacked overnight. And then this morning, he's actually hooked it up to some of these data feeds, which is what you've got on the Kindle that's being passed around. So the idea is, at this point, we're just getting a number pushed down on a regular basis. We haven't completed, we haven't gone to the final stage, which would be to actually take that information, and then, this is actually yesterday's data about the UK power mix, for example, graph it on the Kindle, and then save it into the screensaver folder, so that every time you put your Kindle to sleep, you actually just have this really glanceable summary. And you can do any data there. It doesn't have to be the national grid data. You could be using your own home energy data, and you can just have it so that when you pick the Kindle up, before you switch it on, you've got that very simple graph persistent on the screen.
And obviously the Kindle 3G has 3G connectivity, which I'm very carefully not using for that communication.
I'll just pass this one round, which has got the BBC feed on it, so you can see it's been just disconnected itself, which probably means the network's
the Wi-Fi here is really dodgy. But it'd be kind of nice if Amazon could let us do this properly, and then when we get them actually smart meters, you could then use your Kindle to
I'll fix this one and pass it
tailor
around.
your power usage as you go.
Thanks very much. Any questions? Questions, anyone? Thoughts? Ideas? No, we've just completely blown them away.
You could combine with the carbon visuals and have a visual assistance.
Yes.
As long as it's black and white.
How do we encourage Kindle to be more open?
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting because, of course, the new one, the Fire, which is a full screen, full colour tablet, which doesn't have the e-ink capabilities, which this is low power and persistent, is Android, so you can just do this anyway. Interesting to know whether, I think, from Alex's experience with it, I think he's kind of saying, you know, that it's not very stable for apps. That's probably why they haven't made the Kindle SDK particularly widespread. But I think it's a really neat idea that you have got that e-ink capability there.
I think Amazon have been rather reluctant to the front. I reckon there's only 3 guys who write the software for the Kindle.
I presume plugging this into, again, all management software would be the other sort of win here, like the alert me's and Onzos of this will benefit from something like this too.
So yeah, anything you want to just have, but data you'd update once a day typically. But yeah.
Thank you. We're just getting the next one.
Where did my Kindle end up?
No.